field tightens up down the back straightaway, the Eldora Speedway USA. And guess what? Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls,
the Eldora Million is underway. Good start down into the corner. Big charge coming down off the bottom side. Logan Schuhart could lead the vessels. We got one around. Cale Thomas. Cole Duncan, rather. Cole Duncan having some issues down there. The number 22 car. Got the left front knocked off of it already, and that was anticlimactic.
Kind of did a pirouette around, and man, Cole Duncan scheduled 14th starter. Driving the family-owned 22 car.
And that's the thing. That kind of happened right there in the mid-pack, and he shot up, got into the wall, and got around, and we're just fortunate he didn't collect any more cars on that incident.
He is out of the car. His father, Rodney, the crew chief on the 22 car, defending Atomic Speedway track champion. Has 3 wins this year, a pair at Atomic and a win at Moeller.
They were thrilled just to be here. He's actually won the last 4 at Atomic, the last 4 championships, that is. We'll see if he can make his way back out. And yeah, you know, you see that caution on the first lap, but conversely, if you're going for $1 million to win, let's do that first lap a couple times. What do you say, boys?
I don't mind it.
There you go. So a tough break here for the Lockbourne, Ohio racer, Ohio Heating. Motor City Auto Transport, a little replay for you up there on the Crown replay on the big screen. So he shot down into the corner and
looks like maybe
bounced around. Yeah, he kind of got rattled up there in the number 22 and kind of ricocheted his way up into the wall. And
this will tell us. There he is. The way he kind of shot up the racetrack leads me to believe he maybe got a right rear. Just by the top, you couldn't see the car, but you could see how the top wing reacted.
Yeah, top wing kind of waggling around on him there is unfortunately, but the end result, he's on the hook. And you can see the left front knocked off the number 22 car, Cole Duncan.
We'll try it again here, Chet Christner.
Will indeed. Down into the corner they come. Get set to pick up the pace. Green flag's going to go up. The hammers go down. The Eldora Million is back underway.
What a restart there, or a second start for Brad Sweet. He'll go side by side for the top spot. Carson Macedo with a monster run down the backstretch for second.
Got a big drive down in the corner for the number 41 car. Slides into P2. Sweet quick to turn him back down to the inside. He's going to outrace him to the line. Meanwhile, up front, Logan Schuhart still P1 on the field for the 1S car. Shows the way down the back straightaway. Top 3 have opened up a gap over the battle for 4.
Aaron Reitzel going after the 2 car. David Gravel for that 4th spot with Kyle Larson lurking behind him. Larson looks to the inside. Can't make it go. Reitzel now 2 car lengths back to the 2.
Look back just a tick further, and Brian Brown's making some hay down on the inside. Just picked off Justin Peck. Peck's trying to retaliate. The number 13 car down into turn number 3 as he'll run it deep. Now that into the racetrack.
Brian Brown going after Kyle Larson down the 21 car. Brown down to the inside, side by side for the 6th spot.
That's the underdog working his way up through there, I believe is what he said for the number 21 car. Picked off Larson to 57. Larson does not like that. He'll battle back down into turn number 3 and 4 and take the spot back away.
Brown right on the back bumper. They nearly come together off of turn number 4 to turn number 1. Brown starts to go to the bottom and tries to rope Larson back in.
That's going to work, too. He found a little traction fraction down low. Got a good thing coming out turn number 2. Pulls back alongside the 57 car. Although he gets shrugged off coming out of the corner. Here comes Spencer Baston now.
Baston on the move. The 5 car he's got company, though. Justin Peck takes the spot back from him into turn 3.
Is going to run her down in there for the number 13 car, trying to pick that position back up again. They race out turn number 4. Meanwhile, up front, your race leader already into lap traffic for Logan Schuhart.
His lead at 1.532 seconds as he enters lap traffic at lap number 7. 7 down and 43 to go.
Brad Sweet up on the wheel for the number 49 car. Takes that hot line down into turn number 1. Works it tight to the wall down the back straightaway. Carson Macedo, a little different technique. As now a side-by-side battle back behind. Here comes David Gravel down on the inside of the number 8 car, Reitzel.
Gravel turning the heat up on the 3-time All-Star champion, Aaron Reitzel, for the 3rd spot. Or make it the 4th spot as Reitzel hangs on to it. Gravel continues to work to the middle of the racetrack and tries to close back in on the Rich and Sun 8.
Boy, it's looking up there at Logan Schuhart, but close company as he raced his way into lap traffic. Almost didn't clear Reinhardt coming down the front straightaway. Now he's got a little bit of clean air to work with. Not much, but a little bit. Meanwhile, back behind, there's a slide job on lap traffic for Sweet. But here comes Carson Macedo in a 41 car.
Macedo closing in on the Napa Auto Parts 49 of Brad Sweet for the 2nd spot down the backstretch. 3 car lengths separate them. Here comes Macedo to the inside.
Good drive down low. The rolls up to the back bumper of the number 49, down to front straightaway. Macedo, another look down to the inside.
Carson Macedo pressuring Brad Sweet as Sweet starts to close in a little bit on your leader, Logan Schuhart, as we close on lap number 12. Macedo all over the back bumper of Brad Sweet, and Aaron Reitzel closing on the 41.
Is indeed. Meanwhile, those two are closing on Logan Schuhart as well. Schuhart lies ahead for the 1S car. We've got 38 laps remaining that last time through. Now remember, we're going to have a break coming up here, being, well, called about another 8 laps or so.
Carson Macedo right there as Reitzel continues to close on him. Kyle Larson shot by the 21 of Brian Brown. Now Brown's got company from Spencer Basin. Move Basin up the slot in turn 2.
Yeah, hustling for all he's worth down the back straightaway into the corner. Meanwhile, there's Macedo down on the inside. Gets around the number 49 of Sweet. Sweet battles back down into turn number 1. Look out, Macedo off the wall, down the bank. He grabs gravity onto the back straightaway and back around the big cat.
That's exactly what Aaron Reitzel wants to see, as those two battling so hard in front of him. Boyd and Carson Macedo turn it up there, though, pulling away from Brad Sweet.
He definitely sealed that deal into the number 2 spot for him. Sweet shuffle back into third on the field. Reitzel still running 4th. Hot pursuit of that number 49 car. David Gravel rounds out the top 5. As it's now 35, make that 34 laps to go as Schuhart slides by that time.
Logan Schuhart trying to work his way through lap traffic in that Shark Racing 1S, but his lead is starting to dissipate because Carson Macedo is starting to reel him in turn 4.
Well, you talked about him picking up the wick there for the number 41 car. He's giving it everything he's got, riding that wall out of turn number 1, then drops the nose, diamonds off the corner in hot pursuit of the 1S car. Meanwhile, back behind, it is a little bit of a battle taking place there between the 57 car, Kyle Larson running 6th. And back behind her, David Gravel got passed by the wayside. Larson moves into 5th, rather. Gravel back to 6th.
Gravel back to 6th, and now Brian Brown closing on Spencer Basin for the 7th spot as Gravel runs 6th. Basin starting to close on him for that spot as we cross off lap number 19.
And Blackjack able to work kind of that middle line for the number 21 car. Looks pretty stout in that general vicinity. As meanwhile, here comes Kyle Larson now working on Aaron Reitzel out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Had himself alongside, showed the nose to him. He'll do it again down in turn number 3.
Larson going after Reitzel for the 4th spot. Reitzel hangs on to it as we cross off lap number 20.
Got a 3-car battle, 3 wide, down to turn number 1 and 2 onto the back straightaway. Right in the meat of the sandwich, Brian Brown working on David Gravel. Spencer Mason's there to the 5, and there's your break that we were talking about, that caution flag coming out with 30 laps remaining.
And Logan Schuhart has led them all. Carson Macedo was starting to close in a little bit there, and Macedo fell back to about 1.2 seconds now, but had it within 0.7 of a second. So now they're going to let him ride around a little bit, get lined up, and how we'll stop them is we're going to get them to try to stop 3 wide on the front stretch. So we'll have 7 rows of 3 and then a row of 2. And be
that's more your job.
Okay.
I don't want that kind of responsibility in the Eldora Million.
So there they are. They're going 3 wide. It's like we're at Indianapolis here, so Dylan feels at home. And they tell him to leave just enough room so we get some push trucks in there. It did okay.
Actually, it did really well.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I am too.
There's your row of 2.
Boom. So it's like we had this planned.
Well, lies. We got a row of 1 and 1 there at the tail of the field, but that's all right. Close enough.
So hear a horn here in just a moment.
Holy crap, I saw Ben walk out down there. I thought we were going to have a game show.
I know, right? Who wants to be a millionaire Eldora style? Phone a friend. I'm phoning Ben Shelton. I would phone Ben Shelton.
What
there it is.
That call, Blake?
I appreciate that, Ben. Well, Ben and Dylan, we'll kind of leave the next couple minutes up to you guys to let us know what's happening.
Well, it's like the running of the bulls down here right now as these teams head out. Oh, man, a lot of tires coming out. Fuel, obviously, it's been in the fuel the first few laps of this one. And we're going to give you some updates on what we see down here as these teams go to work on these race cars.
And there is the right rear, I'm guessing off the 1S.
And I'm telling you, looking at some of these tires, those guys put a hurting on them the first 20, and why not? You knew you were going to change them.
Yeah.
And maybe they find out there how much they need to check up a little bit for this last 30 since it's 10 more laps. But
stress test.
Dylan, I don't know if you noticed, but some of those were blistered pretty strong coming off those race cars.
So get set to go. Here he comes.
Front stretchers make some noise for him. Leave it to Logan to play it out.
All right, I love that kid. He's awesome. Big fan, big fan.
We're all Logan House fans.
You have to give you hero cards and go to the driver's autograph
Well,
session.
geez.
He said he doesn't need a stinking jacket with sparkles on it. He's got the cone.
He's got the whistle stop choose cone, and here we go. Hopefully they got the drone lingering. The winner's performance, there it is. You can see it on the big screen. Let's choose. Oh, Big Cat stays high.
Interesting move right there, and actually in that outside starting spot. We talked about that before. Schuhart, though, your race leader, went to the inside. So it's interesting that both those drivers feel that they're picking the best spot to start from, and it was exactly opposite of each other.
And it's interesting, Chet, because Logan Schuhart has said all weekend that like when he spun the invert wheel, he wanted the 8 because he thought it was more advantageous to start on the outside, and that's what he wanted. He wanted an even wheel spin for the feature last night too, and here he chooses low, so that's interesting.
There you go, 30 laps remain of the Eldora Million. We're set to get back to life as we unleash the herd.
Macedo leads them by a nose. Schuhart slides up the racetrack. Here it comes. Oh, Reitzel around it. Larson upside down.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Lockie McHugh as well.
Wow.
Giovanni Scelzi, Kyle Larson, Spencer Baston, Aaron Reitzel, and Lockie McHugh upside down in turn 2.
That
was
horrendous. Yeah, that was a shakeup indeed. Caught a lot of good cars right there in that little ball of chaos. Aaron Reitzel getting down into the corner there, kind of backed it into the corner, got out from underneath of him, and unfortunately, Kyle Larson, with no place to go for the number 57 car, was the first one to make contact, and then from that point forward, chaos ensued.
Spencer Baston out of his 5 car. Kyle Larson out of the 57. All drivers communicating with the safety crew in turn 2.
Boy, has a debris field back here. It looks like somebody downed the Cessna in turn 2.
I see Kyle down there.
Giovanni Scelzi.
In a little bit of a precarious spot there in the KCP Racing 18. Brett Nearing, one of the car owners on the KCP 18, and his wife Mara, they're expecting, I think she's at 38 weeks now. So I know they hate to see it, but exciting things coming for KCP Racing in the coming weeks.
I'm not a father. I don't know what 38 weeks means. Is that good?
Close.
That's close? Okay. I didn't know if that was baked long enough or if you had to
Dustin
leave it in the oven
McCarty
a little longer.
speaks up behind us. He just became a father at 38 and a half weeks, so anytime now. I see Spencer Baston out there. Here's a replay coming on the big screen, brought to you by Crown. And we'll keep an eye on Aaron Reitzel. As Chet mentioned, he kind of went rolling. Oh, it just went around. I don't know if something broke or he just got sideways. He just kind of spun there.
I think it just got rattled. Whenever it rattled up across the racetrack, backed it into the wall right there.
He went through that dip, and
man, Larson with an end-over-end flip on that deal. Baston was trying to come around the top shelf. He had no place to go.
Lockie McHugh went big at the end. Here's another look. Those were big hits over there. Great to see.
That was the deal, too, where Lockie McHugh, I was looking to see how he made contact on that. He was scrubbed sideways trying to get down to the inside.
I think he thought he had cleared it. He obviously did not, man. That was a hard rod when he comes in right about here.
There, oh, he just clips the rear and Larson knocks the fuel cell off.
Yeah, he knew he had no place to go on the high side, clipped the fuel cell off the 57 car.
How about a round of applause to the safety crew over there? Man, they were on the scene quickly.
Also the safety equipment, guys. It wasn't that long ago. That would have been a mass fire over there the way that fuel cell came off and did its job.
And Ben, I can speak on the All-Stars. That's a big reason right there why on each of our side-by-sides, we have a 10-gallon fire suppression unit on each of the side-by-sides we use our series. And just this last race, we put a 60-gallon fire suppression unit in the bed of our pace truck.
You can't have enough protection on that, enough safety by those drivers. Seems like everybody's okay up there. That was some hard hits, guys.
There's Giovanni Scelzi out of his 18 car.
Well, I know we're doing some miraculous things down here in the work area. Having said that, and looking at Spencer Baston's car dangling on the hook, I'm not sure if anybody's up to the task on fixing that one.
I don't think many of these, the way that crash happened, I don't know. Yeah, I say that, and you would have looked at Corey Eliason's flip yesterday, and you would have said, no way, they're not going to a backup car, and they got her ready. So,
Here's the thing to think about that. We talk about this with Silver Crown Racing with the United States Auto Club, but they were under a full fuel load. So that was maximum amount of weight on the tail of that car when Reitzel got in there. Yeah, so when it rattled around and that weight got sloshing a little bit, doesn't slosh a lot. They got the bladders in them and everything, but whenever that weight got swinging around back there, that could have pulled him up across the racetrack. But, man, that was a tough break. That was a lot of fast cars we lost right there.
The 5 of Spencer Baston's done.
And guys, we're getting everybody in position down here. We might unofficially end up with an open red here in a second, which obviously no tire changes on this one, though. It would just be some adjustments.
You can see it there on the big screen. Spencer Baston's 5 car.
Yeah, net damage on that. You see the frame twisted on the number 5.
Yeah, they were going to be done regardless.
Yeah.
Man, that's another guy just been building momentum for the past month. You hate to see that.
Yeah, coming in tonight, I think it was at 11 straight top 10s for Spencer Baston.
And a big cleanup taking place down there. The winner's performance drone getting a good shot of the fire and safety crew out there and locking BQ down on the inside. We got the, it's never a good deal whenever you bring out the backhoe.
No.
See Larson's car being towed backwards. So we saw the track sit during the 8 minutes earlier. Now it's going to sit again and again. These cars, I think probably one reason they're going to open it up for an open red in a second. You got guys, tires bleeding out, air pressure's changing on these race cars. So now, if you went back green for that half a lap and you didn't like what you felt, you're probably going to get a chance at redemption here to have one last tweak at it. And here we go. All horns blown.
It's the running of the bulls. We didn't have it the other night as they laid out chairs. Yesterday morning, I should say, but now we have it.
Yeah, it's a big scramble taking place out of the pit area. And as he was talking about tire pressure adjustments, but the car can't come off the ground this time. That's the key. This is more of a traditional open red that at least I'm used to seeing.
They'll dump a little bit more fuel. Probably they'll just top off.
Well, and if you don't think these, I was going to say that, Blake. You don't think these 900 horsepower cars don't burn up fuel, even idling? Yeah. Everybody's taking fuel out to put more in. Nobody's taking a risk of running out of fuel in this one.
Couple gallons there, I would imagine. At speed, they usually say about a gallon, around a gallon a lap, maybe a little bit less than that. Quick story, real quick, before we get going. A couple of weeks ago, Logan was talking about how good of a race car driver he was. We went go-kart. He's like, I can lay the best lap down. There were 7 of us. He got 6th, had to get his hair cut.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, he didn't beat Ross Paulson.
He's setting you guys up for a future hustle is what that is.
That's what it is.
Don't fall for it.
Well, the whistle stop choose cone, they're choosing. Brian Brown and David Gravel follow each other low.
Was it repeat the feed up front there as Brad Sweet stayed on the high side with Carson Macedo, so we saw kind of the same thing happen again.
And up on the high side, there is a final example of gaining spots because of people choosing a different line. Kyle Reinhardt going to pick up probably four or five spots there.
Well, a couple anyway.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah, your math's not great on that one, but that's all right. It did look like a lot more earlier.
Here we go. We're back underway.
Out of turn number 4 we come. Down in the corner, here comes the big cat. Down on the inside, on to Prowse, trying to make a move for the top spot. Down off the bank, it comes Macedo. Big run for the 41 car.
Macedo and the big cat battle for second as Gravel closes on the both of them. Brian Brown into the top 5. Here comes Justin Peck with the big run.
Yeah, Peck's got a run going on for that number 13 car. Meanwhile, up front, your battle between the top 3 starting to heat up. Here comes Macedo to the outside. Down on the inside, Brad Sweet had a good pivot for the number 49 car to regain that P2 spot.
And Brian Brown takes 4th from David Gravel. Battle for second, side by side. Carson Macedo going after Brad Sweet for the second spot. That's exactly what Logan Schuchart wants.
Hey, shoots her out across the racetrack for the 41 car. Sweet able to turn back down low, grab gravity onto the front straightaway. Back into second on the field. Macedo trying to return the favor down the backstretch.
Carson Macedo and the 49 of Brad Sweet having a war as David Gravel and Brian Brown do the same just behind him.
And Blackjack threw a little slider right there, comes down the middle of the racetrack. Gravel fights his way through for the number 2 car, moves back into 4th on the field.
Half halfway home, 25 down and 25 to go in the Eldora Million. And it's been all Logan Schuchart. But off of turn number 2, Chet, he can start to see the back of the pack in lap traffic.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to get there, so he's still got a couple laps to get that by the wayside before he runs into the back of the field. Here comes Brian Brown down on the inside yet again. Blackjack working hard, trying to get himself around to Houston's number 2.
And Rico Abreu starting to come to life, closing on Brian Brown for the 5th spot down the backstretch.
Meanwhile, your race leader up front, Schuchart, about, well, let's call it a lap away from lap traffic down into turn number 1 and 2. Hustles out of the corner and down the back street. He's going to have to make some decisions here before too awful long. It's going to affect the lead that he's developed over the number 41 car.
It was at 1.589 seconds as he starts to greet lap traffic. Battle for 5th off of turn 4 is good. Rico Abreu is right there on Brian Brown's bumper into turns 1 and 2.
You know, Brian Brown's working on that middle line and at the same time kind of kicking a little loose stuff up across the groove, maybe into that high side to slow it down just a pinch. But if that's the game plan at all, he's still hanging tough with the number 2, but that's going to be his line and when it comes around.
Brown now closing on David Gravel for the 4th spot. They're both pulling away a little bit from the Whiskey Myers 24 of Rico Abreu as we close on lap 30.
There's the move. Brown out across the nose, flips the whiskers on the number 2 car. Does it again down the front straightaway. Picks off Gravel to number 2. That'll put Brown 4th on the field.
Logan Schuchart is rolling, adding to his lead, pushing it to 2 seconds in lap traffic.
Yeah, he's got good hustle going on. There ain't no doubt about it. Meanwhile, back behind Abreu trying to get in the mix. Justin Peck's wheeling for all he's worth. Runs 7th on the field. Then Donnie Schatz, Buddy Kofoid, James McFadden, your top 10.
Track still fast as Schuchart tries to work through lap traffic. Macedo tries to rope him in. Schuchart's kind of pinned between a pair of lap cars. He'll try to thread the needle down the backstretch. Exactly what he does. Big move by Schuchart to get through lap traffic, coming to lap 33.
That was nice. Just kind of slid around his teammate, Jacob Allen, and the 1A car goes a lap down to your race leader. Now Macedo down into the corner. Meanwhile, back behind, watch it. That battle between David Gravel and Brian Brown. They have continued to duke it out. That time, Brown slips a little high, whacks the wall, and gives up some distance.
Enrico's trying to close on Brown. He'll go down the hill and go after the 21 of Brian Brown for the 5th spot. Into turn 1, Enrico down to the inside. Slide job, he's got him in turn 2.
Boy, he just kind of carved the corner right there for the number 24 car. Goes back out to the wall. Brown's able to get back around to 24. That is a great battle taking place. Watch Rico on the top shelf. Got a good run onto the front straightaway. We'll go after Brown again down into 1.
He'll go down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Brown through the middle, and Brown makes it work. Meanwhile, Justin Peck starts to close on Rico Abreu as he battles with Brian Brown.
And field tightening up back behind as well. The number 15 of Donnie Schatz is about to duke it out with Buddy Kofoid as Kofoid's got him reeled in down into turn number 1. That, however, is happening deep in the field. Your race leader out of turn number 4 and across. It'll be 13 to go this time by.
Logan Schuchart inching closer to $1 million payday. Can almost start to see it as we close on 10 laps to go. David Gravel's pulling away from Brian Brown and Rico Abreu. Justin Peck slaps the wall. He's got company from Buddy Kofoid and Donnie Schatz down the backstretch.
Yeah, Kofoid's able to clear shots. Gets around the 15 car. Now rides the rim onto the front straightaway. Peck pulling a little blade slider coming out of the corner. Trying to hold the 83 JR at bay. Not going to happen for him. There goes Buddy Kofoid down on the inside.
Kofoid takes the 8th spot and makes that the 7th spot away from Justin Peck as we close on 10 to go. This time by Justin Peck will roll into 3 and 4 and come to 10 laps to go in the Eldora Million as Rico Abreu into the top 5.
Yeah, able to get around Brian Brown. Heads down the back straightaway for the number 24 car. David Gravel's the next position he needs. And much to his chagrin, Gravel's out by a full straightaway on him.
Yeah, Gravel absolutely flying as Carson Macedo trying to close in on Logan Schuchart. Single digits, 9 to go for Schuchart. And a pair making a pair of lap cars between himself and second place running Carson Macedo.
Yeah, working around the outside of Sunshine. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. The 7BC goes a lap down to Logan Schuchart. Schuchart so far has been on a rail. Has led every lap of this feature event thus far for the Shark Racing 1S.
43rd start of the season for Schuchart. He's got a pair of wins here at Eldora and at Houston. His 2 wins this season. Tonight, can he cash in on $1 million? 7 laps to go for the Shark Racing 1S.
And watching the 41 car back behind working second on the field. Now he's back by not quite a full straightaway to your race leader. Carson Macedo's plenty fast, but as far as he's concerned, Schuchart's just receding into the distance.
Logan Schuchart's pushed that lead to 2.5 seconds with 6 to go.
Brad Sweet all by his lonesome. David Gravel trying to get him reeled in. Abreu runs back behind it. Number 24, so we got trouble into the wall for Sunshine. The 7BC bounces off just ahead of the 41 of Macedo.
Boy, we nearly had chaos there, and that would have been wild with less than 5 laps to go for Logan Schuhart. 4.5, and he's pulling away.
Good job driving there by the 7BC to get himself back under control again. Maintains, and we stay green flag racing here on this $1 million to win race. Just 4 to go that time by.
You can only imagine the emotions that Shark Racing is going through right now, Chet Krister, as they watch their 1S. Bobby Allen's grandson chasing $1 million payday with 3 to go.
You know, and he's been able to pretty much go wherever he needs to on the racetrack to work that lap traffic. Didn't really slow him up a whole bunch, as Carson Macedo's not able to close. Continues to work it around the racing surface. Touching the track with that 1S car, takes it across now. Just 2 to go that time by.
Schuhart with 2 to go, hustling, working through thick lap traffic. Macedo about a straightaway back. The hourglass beginning to run empty for Carson Macedo.
It is indeed 3.2-second advantage the last time through. The white flag comes out. It's the final voyage of velocity of the Eldora Million. Look out, Schuhart ricochets off the wall, throttles it up out of 2 and down the back chute he goes.
Final 2 left-hand turns. Logan Schuhart to the middle of 3 and 4. Off at turn number 4. Logan Schuhart, you are a millionaire.
Carson Macedo comes across second on the field. Brad Sweet, the 49 third. Fourth goes to David Gravel. Rico Abreu, your top 5.
The emotions of Shark Racing. We talked about it earlier in the week, Chet. 10 seasons ago, 2014, Shark Racing makes the announcement. We're going outlaw racing. We are taking a 2-car team outlaw racing, and the sprint car world reacted by saying, you are insane. You guys are never going to make it through a season with the Outlaws. You're never going to make it through the California swing in the spring. They make it through the California swing. Fast forward 10 seasons later, Logan with 37 career wins with the Outlaws, and now Logan Schuhart is the richest winner in dirt track racing history, pending crossing the scales at 1,425 pounds.
He needs 1,425. He got 1,492. Logan Schuhart wins here tonight. Wow. How about that, guys? His 5th win here at Eldora, his 3rd win of the year, his 2nd win of the year here at Eldora. The last one at the Let's Race 2, this one, the 30-year-old makes history with Shark Racing Dryden as they will make their way onto the Eldora Speedway Victory Lane stage. $1,002,023 richer. That family-owned team. Bobby Allen, the 1990 Knoxville Nationals champion, as they make their way onto the stage at Duramax Liquid Armor. Number 1S, Bill Klingbeil and the gang lean in. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement down here as he climbs out of the race car. Race fans, let him hear it. Logan Schuhart, he's out of the car. A special family moment down here at Eldora Speedway. This is what it's all about, as they're all down there getting hugs, kisses, tears, everything in between. As he's getting ready to take the helmet off, and he's going to climb on top of this race car in Eldora. I want you to be louder than you've been all weekend when he gets up there. The Hanover, Pennsylvania driver. Special moment down here. Hugs all the way around as we wait on Logan Schuhart. 4th in the World of Outlaws Not Synergy Drink points, and tonight he is on top of the world here at Eldora. As seizing the moment, lots of tears down here. Checkered flag in hand as he gets set to climb on top. Let him hear it, race fans. Logan Schuhart, he's a millionaire. He's throwing the $1 million bills with Tony Stewart's face into the air. He is going to slide down. We're going to talk to him about that one here tonight. Oh my goodness. History made in the sprint car world here tonight by Logan Schuhart. As a surreal moment for this team. And we are waiting for him to make his way around. We're going to talk to him about what he was able to accomplish here tonight, here at the mighty Eldora Speedway. Logan Schuchart, how does it feel to be a millionaire?
Tony, a million, baby! Woo!
Logan, you didn't just win, you dominated that race. This team, $1 million, 5 or 6 years ago, nobody believed in you guys. You believed in yourself. Standing here tonight, what is going through your heart? Not your mind, what's going through your heart in this moment?
Honestly, man, a lot of things. This team has come such a long way, and I know I say it time and time again, but I hope any kid, person in general can know what I'm feeling right now to win a race like this. You know, if anybody ever tells you can't do anything, I know you hear that a lot, but there's lots of nights where I sat laying there thinking, you know, should I, do something else? I don't know if I'm good enough for this. And, ran second in every major event. And just, what if I never win one of these big races? And I ask God every night before I start this race, watch over myself, my competitors, keep everybody safe, just help me drive to the best of my ability. And the man upstairs sure did that tonight.
And Tony Stewart is on the phone.
It's a long way from a uniform.
Bobby Allen's down here, 1990 Knoxville Nationals winner. Bobby, turn around, look at all these people from around the world. Race fans first, how about Bobby Allen, the legend? Bobby, this young man, your son, what you've accomplished with Shark Racing, what does this mean here tonight?
Oh, it means a lot. Look at oh my God, it means a lot. It's everything. It's what they've accomplished and done. It's just great. 10 years, what they've done. Yeah. Oh, he only gets half of it.
He only gets half of it. You're taking half. Bobby, I want to know, late in the race, who was driving this car harder late in the race, Bobby? Was it Logan or was it you from the infield?
It was him. He did it. He did a good job. He did it all.
It was from him. We're gonna get Logan mic'd up. We're gonna catch up with him. You came so close here, winning the King's Royal before you weren't able to do it. To do it as a car owner, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it's all the same. It's winning the race. Winning the race.
Bobby Allen, Logan, you're down here. This guy right here. What has Bobby meant to you? Past the family, what does he mean to you in your life and your career?
Well, if this man wasn't around, I never would have been introduced and gotten a race car to begin with. So the amount of love that our family has and bond and passion for this sport, and I couldn't ask for a better man to guide me. So I got all my family here. This is an amazing moment. All our sponsors, Dryden, everybody from Relodyne up here in Turn 2, Duramax, C&D Rigging, Doug and Kevin are over here, Federated Auto Parts. This race car is awesome. Obviously, you could see it from the stands. Joy to drive. Everybody, Triple X, Smith Titanium, DMI, Michael Newman's racing engines, man. This thing was taken off all weekend. Wing Dynamics, System 1, Angler, BAM, Bowman, Walker Filtration, Schoenfield, anybody that I'm missing, FK Shocks. It's just an awesome race car. We've been struggling a little bit at points this year. And I'll admit, this man right here next to me told me about a month ago, and I said, I don't know about the season that I'm going to have. I don't feel real confident in what we're doing. He goes, yeah, well, you're going to win the million. And, man, he is right.
I got one thing. Watching around the world, everybody in the stands, they went nuts when you won tonight. What do you got to say to everybody that wanted to see this 1S parked here tonight?
We had the best fans in the world, man. And if you're just a fan of sprint car racing in general, this wouldn't happen without you guys. You're the best fans in the world. There's nobody like sprint car racing fans. I love you all. Appreciate all you do to make this happen. Best racetrack in the world. I love you guys. It's awesome.
Race fans, he's a millionaire. Logan Schuchart, your winner here tonight. We'll head over with Dylan, our second and third place finishers.
That's right, Ben. Carson Macedo comes home in the second spot. Biggest payday of your career, even though it's not the big bucks, but it's still 100 grand for second. But, man, it's hard to keep up with a car like that when track is that fast and the 1S is maybe that good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to be disappointed with second. Like you said, biggest payday I've ever had, and I didn't even win the race. So pretty incredible. I thought, the 1S just did a really good job. I feel like they could pace. The pace up there was really fast. We were running really hard laps every lap. And and just seemed like he, obviously had a really good balance and did a great job. So hats off to them. Congratulations. My team did an incredible job. And I think Philip Deeds, Clyde Knipp, and Nate Reppitz delivered. They made really great changes. I thought, we were pretty good after the break. Me and Brad got to battling super hard there, and I feel like that let, Logan get away more. And then after that, he kind of just paced, and then checked out. So thankful to run second. It's still a big race, and running second is nothing to hang our heads about. And I'm really happy for all these sponsors: Dennis Albaugh, Play Parts and Equipment, Sean and Felicity, everybody's here, Tarleton and Son, Tommy and Melissa, and all the families here, Royal Jones, Mesilla Valley Transportation, the Sage family, the Bolts family, Kyle and Tammy are here tonight. John's here. It's a group effort. We're thankful for every single one of them. Durst Incorporated, Maxim Chassis, Kistler Engines, Factory Cane Shocks, Tiger Towing, Myers Constructors. Man, it's my grandpa Robbie Tarleton's birthday today. It's pretty incredible. He's kind of the one that got me started in racing. Just a little quarter midget running around behind the bowling alley. So to be standing here at Eldora, racing for $1 million, run second, and make $100,000, I'm sure he's at home. He's proud. So Tom and Tommy Tarleton, and him in particular, my dad, my mom, they're probably the people that I need to thank the most. They're kind of the ones that got me started. And Sean and Felicity, picked me up along the way too. And just thankful for all these partners and sponsors. It's pretty special. This is a special race. Thank you to all the fans that came out, Tony Stewart, everybody that's part of Eldora Speedway. Excited to be here, and hopefully we can have another one of these someday.
The week isn't over. You get 2 more shots at some more big money the next couple of nights. So are there things that you learned the last 2 nights or tonight in a full 50-lap feature that can maybe help you tomorrow and Saturday?
You never stop learning. When you got guys like Brad Sweet behind you, David, Donnie, I'm sure Rico, all them guys are fast, and the restarts were tricky. I feel like that's probably what I need to work on most as a driver, just not getting blitzed. It's so easy to make the wrong decision. Somebody get runs on you, and it just seemed like no matter where I went getting into one, Brad was getting by me, and then I was having to wrestle him back. So you always learn, you always try and get better, and that's what we'll do, just keep putting our best foot forward. And just thankful for Philip and Brooke Dietz giving me the opportunity to drive this Jason Johnson Racing 41 car. I was wide open the whole time, I'm sure, just like Jason would have been. So thankful for that, and we'll just try and carry some speed into the rest of the weekend.
Good night for Carson Macedo. Second for him to Logan Schuhart. And let's grab Brad Sweet, who rounds out the podium. And let's scoot over here and get your car in the shot here. Carson mentioned the battle you guys had. It was maybe the battle of the race there for a little while. That was some intense stuff, but do you feel like that allowed Logan to get away ultimately from both of you?
Honestly, I just think Logan had the best car. I thought he was probably the best car all weekend. I knew if he got in front, he'd be hard to pass. It looked like he kind of flamed up for a second under that caution, and I thought, wow, that might change the outcome of the race. But hats off to them. They showed up and came out and executed, and actually were the best car. So it kind of doesn't make me feel as bad. I don't think I could have really done anything. We tried throwing stuff at the race car, and it seemed like me and Carson were just, really, really equal. I could kind of get him on a restart, or if I timed it right, I kept positioning myself to make a run at Logan, and he would just drive away into the sunset, and then, then Carson would get me, and then I could kind of come back on Carson a little bit, but just a little too even. We were all running extremely hard for that million, so we have nothing to hang our heads on. The Snap Auto Parts car was solid all weekend. We won last night, put ourselves in position, came out, gave it everything we got, and sometimes that's all you can do. So we'll come back on Saturday night for another $175,000. There's still some big races ahead of us. So can't thank my guys enough. Can't thank my sponsors: Snap Auto Parts, Team ASC, Curb Records, Factory Cane, Brumo's Collection. So just everybody's working hard. We're trying to get wins with this car. So see what we can do. Want to say hi to my wife and daughter back home.
You're a guy that started a series that is designed to kind of give back to race car drivers and give back to sprint car racers. What does it mean to you to have an opportunity to even race in an event like this?
Yeah, that's the thing is we all got to realize, like, this moment in history, who would have thought, we've come so far to race for $1 million. And honestly, look at this crowd on a Thursday night. It's, 20-something thousand strong. And I know the ticket prices are, elevated for the event, to pay the purse. And we just really appreciate you guys coming and spending the hard-earned money here. And, hopefully you enjoyed the show. And then hopefully we have 2 more fun nights to have here.
That's Brad Sweet, 3rd place tonight. Carson Macedo, 2nd. How about it, race fans, one more time? Logan Schuhart, a millionaire at Eldora.
Hey guys, speaking of millionaires down here, we've got somebody congratulating one millionaire to another, and we're gonna wait just a second. Logan Schuhart, last year's million winner, Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan, what do you got to say to Logan after watching what he did here tonight, knowing what it's like to win this race?
Wow, that's just really impressive. Totally impressed. Man, this is an awesome event. Definitely just soak in every minute you can because it's truly special.
Yeah, it's probably going to take a few days to soak in, man. I watched this guy's documentary on Flow on YouTube a couple months ago. Summer and I sat down and watched it. All the respect to him and his team, all they accomplished, and you know where he started feels a lot like this team. So just awesome to see him win this thing and be a part of it with him.
One millionaire to another. Jonathan Davenport down here congratulating Logan Schuhart in victory lane.
Thank you very much, Ben and Dylan. Tonight's rundown, 24th to the 22 of Cole Duncan, 23rd to the 25 of Lockie McHugh, 23rd to the 18 of Giovanni Selzy, 21st was the 5 of Spencer Bastin, 20th goes to 57 Kyle Larson, 19th to the 8 of Aaron Reitzel, 18th to the 55 P of Darren Pittman, 17th to 91 Kyle Reinhardt, 16th to 67 Justin Whittle, 15th to 1A Jacob Allen, 14th to 7 BC Tyler Courtney, 13th to the 11 of Corey Eliason, 12th to 19 LCJ Leary, 11th goes to 19 Brett Marks, 10th to 83 James McFadden, 9th to the 13 of Justin Peck, 8th to the 15 of Donnie Shaw, 7th goes to the 83 junior of Buddy Kofoid, 6th to the 21 of Brian Brown, 5th to 24 Rico Abreu, 4th goes to 2 David Gravel, 3rd to the 49 of Brad Sweet, 2nd to the 41 of Carson Macedo, and leading laps 1 to 50, winning the Eldora Million. How about one more round of applause for Logan Schuhart?